Depths of hell, because for some reason you have a very bad obsession of getting us into war. Hey, why is it that you did not admit that there were no WMDs in Iraq?
Great question.
You lied us into a war in Iraq. You got us into an invasion of Afghanistan. Now over 90% of those people are impoverished and are dying. Why don't you tell the truth about Nord Stream? Why did we destroy Nord Stream?
Another good question.
We're leaving millions of Germans without energy. You have a knack for getting us into war. People like you should be arrested. You are a war criminal.
Hey, Congresswoman! I came to see a warmonger, but you're a sad old drunk. What happened? When you went to Taiwan, were you looking for Ukraine? Did we blow up the Nord Stream on accident or on purpose? Did you know about that? Aren't you supposed to be part of the indictment tomorrow? You're a war criminal by definition, Miss Pelosi. You got some nerve. Is that why you're here in Manhattan? Is that why you're here? Because you're getting indicted tomorrow, you goddamn war criminal? How many people have died in your name? How many people have died because of Iraq? All of you forgot about Iraq? Get out of here! Iran, Libya, Syria.
Dodd-Frank was always never going to work. If we don't deal with the $600 trillion in derivatives, then there's no chance for this economy. Don't you see it all failed? None of it worked. None of it worked. We need the Democrats to excuse
And then you land your plane in Taiwan, we want a war with China at the same time. We want to all have nuclear bombs dropped on our heads. We live in Manhattan.
I have to ask you to leave. Thank you.
By the way, Lyndon LaRouche is back in a big way, and I'm here on behalf of everybody who loves peace and not war with Russia and war with China and a new hot war with the East.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Benny. It is sometimes wonderful to see people get what they deserve. Turnabout is fair play, and oh, how the turntables have turned on Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi event turns chaotic as anti-war protester says she belongs in the depths of hell. She's a war criminal. She's a sad old drunk. Another headline states. What happened here, ladies and gentlemen? Nancy Pelosi was heckled on Monday by anti-war protesters in where? Texas? In Tennessee? In Kentucky? How about Arkansas? Nope. She was in New York City, the center of the bluest area in possibly the country. You know, the area that just arrested Donald Trump. With disruptors calling her a war criminal and a sad old drunk, protesters popped up as the Congresswoman was speaking with The Economist and New York Times columnist Paul Krugman, who's been professionally wrong about absolutely everything. And as your dollar implodes and all of the value and wealth of this nation gets evaporated and goes overseas, remember, it's Paul Krugman who got us there. You know, Pelosi, that's a very good place for you. In the depths of hell, one heckler shouted, according to a video. Were these hecklers MAGA supporters? Were they wearing MAGA hats? No, actually. These were leftists, true leftists, like real leftists, like the original leftists that I grew up with that didn't like big pharma, didn't like big corporations, didn't like big business, and didn't like, well, big war, which Nancy Pelosi represents all of those things. Nancy Pelosi taking a second from her insider trading to do this event and saying the remarks were drowned out by boos from the audience members, unimpressed by the disruption. Pelosi essentially waved off the hecklers. She's done this before. Kind of interesting that Nancy Pelosi gets heckled inside of some of the bluest areas in the country. Here's Pelosi getting shouted down by Latinx.
If you do not want to listen, if you do not...
These are activists inside of her own district.
I've never asked.
My God. Nancy Pelosi has also been shouted down while she was sipping a cocktail in San Francisco.
You
me just get you the.
Nancy, can you tell us why we have all the $150 billion going to Ukraine? We have homeless on the streets in your own city.
Thank you.
Nancy, can I get some stock tips on how to get semiconductors in Taiwan? Nancy.
Thank you.
Nancy, why do we? Is your son involved with Hunter Biden?
Yeah, isn't that interesting? Another protester was booed and carried out for protesting over the economy. Dodd-Frank was never going to work. If we don't deal with the $600 trillion in derivatives, there's no chance for this economy. Yikes. Nancy Pelosi has been criticized for her insider trading. Nancy Pelosi, a sad old drunk. Well, it looks like the left is actually becoming the old left that I remember. This new woke left is insane. I don't even recognize these people. Who are these people? They're pro-war. They're pro-big business. They're pro-big pharma. What the hell happened to the Occupy Wall Street protests? Ukraine aid support softens in new U.S. AP NORC poll. Support among the American people for providing Ukraine weaponry and direct economic assistance has softened. 48% say they're in favor. 29% opposed, 22% say they're not in favor or opposed. That means they're opposed, ladies and gentlemen. This is collapsing from a year ago when 60% of American adults said they were in favor of it. Americans are evenly divided on sending the government funds directly to Ukraine, with 37% in favor, 38% opposed. So that's not good. The sign of diminished support for Ukraine comes as Joe Biden is set to travel to Poland next week, the anniversary of World War II. This isn't the first Democrat to be protested inside of Manhattan. From Manhattan, AOC is the most famous member of the New York delegation to Congress, without question. AOC has been shouted down and just absolutely wrecked by anti-war protesters because AOC was supposed to be some change agent, socialist, who would be presumably against war, but AOC voted to send billions of dollars to Ukraine to continue a war that's really just a border dispute between two countries that are 5,000 miles away from us, and isn't even on the list of like the top 200 things that Americans should be concerned about right now. AOC getting wrecked.
This woman, none of this matters unless there's a nuclear war, which you voted to send arms and weapons to Ukraine. Tulsi Gabbard, she's left the Democratic Party because they're funding war hawks. Okay? You originally voted, you ran as an outsider, yet you've been voting to start this war in Ukraine. You're voting to start a thermonuclear war with Russia and China. Why are you playing with the lives of American citizens?
Man, freak.
There will be no neighbors if there's a nuclear bomb. You voted to mobilize and send money to Ukrainian Nazis.
Boom.
You're a coward. You're
woke.
a progressive socialist. Where are you against the war?
Get woke, man. Unbelievable. AOC's response to these, and by the way, that's the like large. This is the largest crowd that AOC can pack in. Look at all the empty seats. She can't even fill up like a dozen people. I give speeches at community colleges and have more people in the audience than here at AOC in her own district. AOC's response, of course, to the anti-war protesters that followed her around while she was campaigning is to, well, dance.
All right, listen, all right,
They don't care about you. They don't care about moral integrity or being right about anything morally, of course. They just care about power, control. They care about making life worse for you as they make life exponentially better for themselves. How rich has AOC gotten since she got to Congress? I can show you hundreds of millions of dollars that have just appeared in Nancy Pelosi's bank account. And a lot of it is off of war profiteering, actually. I wonder how many war stocks Nancy Pelosi owns as she votes to send more American munitions and war technology to a border battle that really has nothing to do with us while our border lays open to fentanyl and crime, drugs and disease spreading right across it. Nancy doesn't care. No. Ladies and gentlemen, she doesn't care, so that's why it's good to make her feel a little uncomfortable. we're in favor of these tactics. People should be made uncomfortable, especially the progressives who lie so very much to their base. It's the only way that we're going to save America is telling people what we really think about them. We do it on this show a lot. We wish to save America along with you. It's your boy Benny. See you. Thank you for watching. Our channel is here to meme the libs until they cry and then to meme them crying. Their tears, they taste just like sweet, delicious ice cream. Salty, too. We ridicule the establishment and the libs because of you. Your support keeps us going. So if you like what you saw, please punch the subscribe button, click like, and ring the little bell so that you know when we're live. Don't you want to know when we're live? And make sure that you subscribe to our email list just in case the plug gets pulled, as tends to happen. If you want to see more of our videos, click here or here. My name is Benny Johnson. Stay free, base Patriots.